Have you ever stood in an elevator, looked at your reflection, and wondered, why on earth are there mirrors in here? It is a question that might pop into your head for a fleeting moment before the doors open and you go about your day. But the answer is actually a fascinating blend of psychology, safety, and clever design that goes way beyond just letting you check if you have food in your teeth. Let's start by rewinding the clock. For the longest time, elevators were just functional boxes. They got you from point A to point B, but the experience wasn't always pleasant. In the post-World War II era, as skyscrapers began to reshape city skylines, elevators became faster and more common. But this new speed brought an unexpected problem: passenger complaints. People felt dizzy, anxious, and generally uneasy with the rapid ascent and descent. The sensation was unfamiliar, and the enclosed space only made it worse. Building managers were flooded with complaints about the elevators being too slow, even when they were operating at top speed. They needed a solution, but making the elevators even faster was expensive and technically challenging. So they turned to a different kind of expert: psychologists. The problem, they realized, wasn't mechanical. It was mental. People weren't bored by the speed. They were anxious about the confinement and the strange physical sensations. They needed a distraction. And what's one of the most captivating things we can look at? Ourselves. In the 1970s, mirrors started being installed in elevators, and the complaints miraculously dropped. People were so busy looking at their reflection, fixing their hair, adjusting their tie, or simply observing the other people in the car that they completely forgot to worrying about the speed or the height. The perceived wait time shrank because their minds were occupied. It was a brilliant, low-cost solution to a human problem, not a technical one. But the benefits of elevator mirrors don't stop there. Over time, we discovered they serve several other crucial purposes. One of the most important is accessibility. Think about a person who uses a wheelchair. Navigating a tight space like an elevator can be tricky, especially when it's time to exit. Turning a wheelchair around in a crowded car is often impossible. The mirrors act like a rearview mirror in a car. They allow the user to see exactly what's behind them without having to turn their head, enabling them to reverse out of the elevator safely and confidently. This small design feature makes a world of difference for accessibility, making public spaces more inclusive for everyone. Then there's the security aspect. We've all been taught to be aware of our surroundings, and an elevator is a uniquely vulnerable space. You're in a small, enclosed box with strangers, and your back is often turned to them. A mirror changes the dynamic completely. It gives you a full 360-degree view of the car without you having to physically turn around. You can discreetly see what everyone else is doing. This subtle layer of surveillance makes potential criminals think twice. The awareness that everyone can see everyone else acts as a powerful deterrent against theft or other malicious acts. It creates a sense of shared responsibility and passive security, making the ride feel significantly safer for all passengers. Let's dive back into the psychology for a moment, because it's truly fascinating. Mirrors are masters of illusion. They play a trick on our brains, making small spaces feel much larger and more open than they actually are. This is a classic interior design technique used in small apartments and narrow hallways, and it works wonders in an elevator. The reflection creates depth, pushing the walls back visually and alleviating the sense of being trapped. For people who suffer from claustrophobia or a fear of enclosed spaces, this can be a game changer. The mirror provides a visual escape, making the enclosed environment feel less threatening and more manageable. The ride becomes less of an ordeal and more of a neutral or even pleasant experience. And let's be honest, there's a comfort and vanity aspect to it too. The elevator ride offers a rare, private and public moment. It's that final checkpoint before a big meeting, a first date, or just starting your workday. You get to do a quick check of your appearance. Is my hair okay? Is my makeup smudged? Is that spinach from lunch still there? It's a moment of personal grooming and self-assurance. This little ritual helps us feel more prepared and confident as we step out into the world. It provides a simple distraction, a moment of personal focus that turns the otherwise awkward silence of an elevator ride into a productive pause. So when you see a designer or an architect planning a new building, the inclusion of elevator mirrors isn't an afterthought. It's a deliberate choice that combines aesthetics with function. They know that a mirrored wall will make the space feel brighter, more open, and more luxurious. They know it will improve safety, accessibility, and the overall psychological comfort of the passengers. They are leveraging a simple sheet of glass to solve multiple problems at once. The next time you see an elevator without mirrors, which is becoming increasingly rare, you'll probably notice the difference. The space might feel a little darker, a little smaller, and the silence a little more awkward. From a simple trick to distract anxious passengers to a vital tool for safety, accessibility, and psychological comfort, the humble elevator mirror is a perfect example of design that understands human nature. It's a silent guardian, a helpful assistant, and a master of illusion, all wrapped up in one. So the next time you step into an elevator and catch your own eye in the reflection, give a little nod of appreciation. You're looking at a piece of everyday genius that makes our vertical journeys just a little bit better. It's not just a mirror, it's a solution. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets behind this everyday object, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We've got plenty more mysteries of the modern world to explore together. See you in the next video.